Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to take you on my journey on what I eat in a day on keto. I am going to go over every macros in this video. Everything that you add to every meal, you got to add it to your macros. You can use carb counters or macro counters. They do have apps for that. I do MyFitnessPal, so if you have any other ones, please leave those suggestions down at the bottom in the comments, but that's kind of what has worked for me, especially if you are a beginner. Those apps seem to work a little bit better for beginners to help them kind of keep track of their macros. Let's start with what is keto. It's a high-fat, moderate protein, low carb diet. The diet forces the body to burn fats rather than carbs. So when you hear the word ketosis, a lot of the purpose of keto is to allow your body to use its fat to as a source of energy so that you can burn that fat off instead of carbs. Now when you're eating a lower intake of carbs, your body has no reason but to burn the fat because of your high percentage of fat intake that you're eating every day. What I wanted to kind of go through is my personal goals on keto macros, and just to kind of go over the day with you as we progress through the day. So my goal for calories is 1440. So I can eat 1,440 calories a day. My fat intake is 75% fat, meaning I can only eat 120.20 grams of fat a day. 20% protein. Again, you want your protein to be moderate. And 5% carbs. Okay, so that's only 18 grams a day. It's barely any, but I'm still intaking 18 grams. So think of it as 100%, right? So think about 100% and say that you have to divide your fat, your protein, and your carb to equal all 100%. Now, if I don't eat 1,440 calories a day, and it's lower than that because I never hit the max calories a day. I always stay under that, and I'll explain why later. Obviously, my fat intake in grams and protein and carbs is going to be a lot less because I'm not intaking 1,440 calories a day. I'm going to be taking you guys through each meal, and I will go over my macros. So if you have any questions, let me know. Over here, I have my heavy whipping cream, a splash of that. I use the 2 tablespoons of Kerrygold butter, but because I'm only drinking 1 cup today, I'm probably going to put a half of a teaspoon, or I'm going to 1 tablespoon. So I have to figure out the measurement for that, but it's only going to measure to 1 cup, so it's probably only going to be a teaspoon. Drizzle some cinnamon, 1 packet of Splenda because of the fact that I'm already eating, so I don't need to put two packets of Splenda. I'm only drinking 1 cup of coffee. And then also my French pressed McCafe French roast coffee. I did tell you guys when I was walking through the ingredients on the Bulletproof Coffee that I was going to cut those ingredients in half because I was eating a meal on top of the Bulletproof Coffee. Well, I actually ended up not changing it. I ended up still putting 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 packets of Splenda, etc., making the whole batch of coffee, but I only measured a cup of coffee for breakfast, okay? So breaking down breakfast. So let's go over breakfast. Breakfast total in calories was 581 calories. I had my cup of Bulletproof Coffee, which was a total of 230 calories. It was 0 carbs, 26 grams of fat, so it has a lot of fat in it just because of the butter and heavy cream, and the 0 grams of protein. So the only thing that the Bulletproof Coffee had was the fat in there. So a lot of times when I'm doing intermittent fasting, I do only drink a Bulletproof Coffee, and it will last me all day. I'll stay full all day because of the fat intake, and then I will only eat dinner. So I do only 1 meal a day when I'm fasting, and I never feel like I need to eat or snack or anything like that. Even with me working out, like I still don't get hungry. The other thing I had for breakfast, I had 1 sunny side egg. It's a total of 80 calories, 0 gram carbs, 4.5 grams of fat, 6 grams of protein, and I did add a tablespoon of butter. So that was 100 calories and 11 grams of fat, 0 carbs, and 0 protein. So again, butter, the grass-fed butter only has the 11 grams of fat. It only has the fat. 2 pieces of bacon. Bacon is total 80 calories. So that means that it's 40 calories per slice. 0 grams of carbs, 7 grams of fat, and 5 grams of protein. And then I had, lastly, for breakfast, a 2-ounce slice of avocado, which is 91 calories total, 4.8 grams carbs, 8.3 grams fat, and 1.1 grams of protein. You want to try to make your highest fat intake in the morning because throughout the day you're burning that fat. So for me, like I like intaking a lot of fat in the morning just because I work out and it gives me the energy to burn the fat off quicker. Okay. So that's breakfast. Hey guys, so it's around 1 o'clock in the afternoon for lunch, and I am going to be making two lettuce wraps. So I have my lettuce wraps here, my leaves. I have my tuna. I have my 1 Velocic pickle I will be taking out of there and using and chopping up. And then I have my mayo. So those are all the ingredients, super simple for a lunch keto diet. Okay, so for lunch I like to keep it small because I'm not really hungry, but I know I need to I know I need to eat some calories just because and typically after breakfast I work out and I know that I've lost some calories, so I want to put those calories and nutrients back in my body. So for lunch, I'm going to do 2 tuna lettuce wraps, which equal 133 calories in total, 0 gram carbs, 7 grams of fat, and 7.3 grams of protein. Now, tuna does have a high percentage of protein, so I'm only using 1 can of tuna to make 2 lettuce wraps. Now, in the tuna, I do add 2 tablespoons of mayo. Mayo is 4 calories in total with 2 tablespoons. It's actually 0 grams of carbs, 0.4 grams of fat, and 0 grams of protein. So lots of zeros in there, but it is 4 calories and it has that 0.4 grams of fat. And then also in my tuna, I do add chopped up Velocic pickles. Surprisingly, a pickle is very healthy on keto because it has 0 carbs, 0 fat, 0 protein. It absolutely does nothing. So it's good to intake that. So I add that for typically because of flavor. And so my lunch total for calories was 137 calories. Okay, so for dinner, I am going to be making cauliflower rice with a slice of steak. Now, I already pre-made the steak yesterday, Marinate it how you like it. Put any type of seasoning on it. It doesn't matter what you use. I'm just gonna eat one thin steak. For the cauliflower rice, I have the cauliflower chopped up here. I have a petite diced tomatoes, no salt added. I'm gonna use some butter to saute it. A little bit of minced garlic and a little bit of onion. I don't want it too overly flavored. Again, I'm only going to eat a cup of cauliflower rice, but I'm making a big batch because my family is going to eat it as well. So dinner, I'm doing a 1 cup of cauliflower rice sauteed. That is only 25 calories, 3 grams of carbs, 0 grams of fat, 3 grams of protein. Again, so anything cauliflower is really good for you. If you're keeping track of your macros all day, remember your total grams for carbs is 5%. So however many calories you're taking in for that day, just make sure you're staying within 5% of the carb intake. Okay, so I hadn't eaten any high carbs throughout the day, so eating the 3 carbs for dinner with cauliflower is perfectly fine because I can be under the 5%. Okay, so also with a cup of cauliflower rice, I do a 1 slice of thin steak, and that's 180 calories. It's 0 carbs. Anything meat is going to be 0 carbs unless you put anything on it, but it's 0 carbs, 8 grams of fat. So steak does have a high percentage of fat on it, so I tend to gravitate more towards steak because 1, it's high in meat, and 2, and there's more fat. So 8 grams of fat, 0 carbs, and 24 grams of protein. So just also make sure that your meats that you're intaking all day do have a lot of protein as well. So just be careful that you're staying within the 20% protein goal every day. So I tend to eat the most protein at night because it keeps me full. So yeah, that was my dinner. My dinner total calories, it totaled out to 205 calories. So my total for today, the calories that I intaked, again, my goal was 1440 calories for each day. I have that goal, okay? So again, underneath that goal, it's 75% fat, 20% protein, 5% carbs, okay? So my total calories for today through all the meals was 923 calories, leaving me with 519 calories left to eat. Now, because I only had 923 calories for today, that meant that my total fat intake was about 75 grams of fat. So you just have to make sure that when you're eating lower in calories, that you're lowering your grams in your fat, protein, and carbs. So just make sure you're keeping track of that. And a lot of people in the beginning like to use those apps, those carb counters, just because they help kind of break it down. And once you get into keto a lot, and once you're used to the routine, then you don't really need them anymore, because you're kind of keeping track yourself. So that's kind of where I'm at. Again, I'm going to be finishing my 10th month of keto. I love it. It's given me energy like no other. I also drink a gallon of water a day. I'm telling you, drinking a gallon of water every single day is very, very, very important. Because you're intaking so much fat, your kidneys need to filter out those the toxins from the high fat. So just make sure you're drinking a lot of water. That's very important. If you have any questions regarding this video, please leave them down below. I'd be happy to answer or go into more detail on keto diet. especially for beginners. I will be doing a beginner's keto video, so stay tuned for that. But I just kind of wanted to go over what I actually eat in a day on keto. Again, sometimes I do intermittent fasting, and when I do that, I only do 1 meal a day. So I do that probably 3 times a week. It does help speed up my metabolism, and I'm very happy with being on keto. It's kind of made me mentally a different person, physically a different person, and I'm truly happy with the actual lifestyle. I don't call it a diet, I do call it a lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching this day with me, and please like again and subscribe if you haven't already. I do appreciate those that follow my channel and that really are with me on my journey. I don't do this for views or for people to subscribe to my channel. I do this strictly because this is something I enjoy doing, and I do want to share my journey with those who are curious about it and who possibly are thinking about wanting to start keto. So thank you so much. I truly appreciate you guys, and I look forward to talking to you guys in my next video. Have a great day.